YouTube slow tonight.
At least though, when you have to sit here and watch this. Hey.
Okay, thanks for joining us again. So we called the meeting back to order at 6:27. Finally live at 6:32, but moving from 7.0 or moving to 7.0 is to approve the agenda. So agenda has been uploaded into board book. Is there any additions and or changes that need to be added to the agenda?
We have the reassignment, right?
I'll entertain something.
I'll move to add. Would it be
8.8.
8.8? The reassignment of principal positions at New Heights and South Point.
Well, second. Questions or discussions on the addition? Okay, so hang on, we don't need to even move for that. Oh, everybody in agreement with the
The
addition?
agenda, right?
We have to approve the agenda, but that we want to add that. You know what? Let's just so we do it right. Let's vote on the addition of 8.8 first. And then we'll approve the agenda with you. We're gonna vote twice. It doesn't make any sense really. No, you know what? We're not gonna vote twice. Everybody in agreement that we're gonna add 8.8 reassignments? Okay, all those in favor of approval of the agenda is uploaded into board book with the addition of 8.8 with the reassignments of principals signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries. All right. 8.1 is to approve the 24 FY24 preliminary budget.
I'll move.
I'll second.
Okay, questions or discussions? All those in favor of approving the 24 preliminary budget signify by stating aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? Motion carries. 8.2 is to approve 23-24 property liability and workers' comp insurance proposal. We shared it with everyone. Superintendent Colness from Baller. Do you have anything else? Go ahead.
We'd love it to be flatline, but it's not. Tim Scarperud was over here and met with Amanda, Carla, myself, went through it in detail. They go out and shop this with big carriers, and the one thing that's hurting us is work comp. Our mod factor went up to 1.3. Definitely, that's a number that we want to try to work on to reduce, and we are, but it's certain things happen. So that was probably about $17,000 of the increase was due to the work comp insurance. The other 10,000, he said, really for most districts are getting a larger as far as percentage increase than we are getting for property and liability. So he felt very good about that number because across the nation, there have been a lot of disasters and a lot of insurance claims. And so that industry to get a 10% increase, he felt was actually fairly low. So, but the recommendation is to go with the one on the far right there for $307,104.05 for property liability and work comp. And you can see the carriers that are listed there, and that would be the recommendation.
Anybody?
I'd move to approve as presented.
I'll second.
And go ahead.
Questions or discussions on the work comp?
Have we only ever went through Baller, or has there ever been like different ones that we go through, or?
From what I understand, it's been probably 30 years at least. So you'd have to go out with it, get an RFP to go out and link up if you wanted other people to work on that. They do have they do handle a lot of school accounts and have a lot of leverage with the carriers. So
Yeah, I think so. Part of that, if that's the wish for next year at that time, we'd certainly would have to know ahead of time because we'd have.
yeah,
Well, I didn't know if we always use Baller, if there's other ones that we could use, or like we shopped around, or.
I think Baller's doing the shopping.
they
Baller.
shop.
They shop.
Yeah,
They're the broker and they're shopping for us.
Yeah.
and they have they have leverage. They can work with these companies, and they
Okay.
provide a quality service.
All those in favor of approving signify by stating aye.
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 Anybody opposed? Motion carries. 8.3 is to approve Brady Mart's management support services. I'm going to move.
I'll second.
Okay. We can just.
This is just for,
This would be for this for 2 months. I wish it was 2 years.
oh, it is,
Amanda, huh?
2 months?
This would be, right now, we're still some things in limbo, but it's an extension of our current contract for the months of July and August.
Other discussions or questions? There's more to come, board members. I think we need to figure out on the strategic direction on how we're gonna move forward. And let Brady March try to capture somebody out there within the next two months, but at least they were so kind to extend it there up at the end of this week, and for next couple months, still have them on board. So before we approve, I want to thank Brady March for that. So all those in favor of approving Brady March's management contract for 2 more months signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries. 8.4, this is a little bit different one. We need to designate our incoming interim superintendent, Ryan Hackbarth, as MDA, as the Iowa identified official with authority when saying who can and can't go on MDA's secure website. Things of that nature. It was captured in here that it won't be till July 1st. So it's simply, I'll make the motion. The superintendent has to do that. So
Second.
questions or discussion? Again, just want to make sure that everybody knows that it's starting on the day that his contract starts. So all those in favor signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries. 8.5 is to approve MREA and MSBA memberships. We know how valuable both of those are to us, so that's attached in the board book. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
I'll second.
Questions or discussion? All those in favor of MREA and MSBA membership signify by stating aye. Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries. 8.6, advertise for milk, bread and fuel bids. So we could do this every year.
So moved.
I'll second.
Questions or discussions? All those in favor signify by stating aye.
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 Anybody opposed? Motion carries. 8.7 is to approve donations to the school district.
Oh, there's a bunch. Okay. I would like to make a motion to accept the following donations. A donation from Hugo's to the senior high football for helmet tunnel for $500. Donation from Hope Therapy to the senior high football for helmet tunnel in the amount of $1,000. From Northland Custom Woodworking to the senior high football for helmet tunnel in the amount of $500. Achieve Therapy and Fitness to senior high football for the helmet tunnel, $1,000. Donation from EGF Booster Club to senior high boys tennis indoor court time, $831. From East Grand Forks Booster Club to the senior high boys and girls athletics podcast and awards, $4,450. From East Grand Forks Booster Club to the senior high girls soccer for cold weather gear, $4,256. The East Grand Forks Booster Club to the senior high football for huddle subscription for $500. From the East Grand Forks Booster Club to senior high boys and girls cross country overnight trip, $2,173. From the East Grand Forks Booster Club to the senior high boys basketball for the huddle subscription, $549. East Grand Forks Booster Club to senior high boys hockey for an overnight trip, $1,803. From the East Grand Forks Booster Club to the senior high girls basketball for gear, huddle, and iPads, $3,072. From the East Grand Forks Booster Club to the senior high boys and girls track for indoor shot puts, $1,026. A donation from Hugo's to CMS Outsiders Day for donuts, amount of $29.94. And a donation from CMS PTO to CMS for Google TVs, in the amount of $560, for a grand total donations of $22,249.94. Phew,
You missed.
did not miss one.
I get a second.
I'll second.
All right, questions or discussion? Certainly
Thank
thankful
you.
to
Yeah.
all those individuals. The Booster Club looks
They
like they've
break it
came
up
up
a little.
very, very big this time, and it looks like football team's gonna have an inflatable helmet out there, so.
Oh, that's what that is.
Helmet tunnel. I was trying to figure out what that was, a helmet tunnel, but I get it. The tunnel with the helmet.
So again, thank you to all those. Any more discussion on donations? Okay,
Thank you.
with hearing none, all those in favor of approving the donations to the school district signify by stating aye.
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 Anybody opposed? Motion carries. Okay, 8.8, I'm not quite sure how is this worded? Did anybody capture that?
It was
Just-
Reassignment of,
I made the motion, so.
Lynn
no, I didn't.
Oh, yeah,
July
Linda
2nd.
actually.
Yeah,
You
Yeah.
remember what you made?
yeah,
That was the motion.
reassignment of principals to New Heights and so.
All right, let's talk about it. Reassignment of principals. We need to, that's the agenda item, but we need to talk about who's going where. So somebody make a motion, onto that, get a first and a second, then let's have conversation.
I'll make a motion to assign Chad Grassel to New Heights as principal and Soraya Driscoll to South Point as principal.
I'll second.
Okay, I think, discussions or questions, we do need to throw, would you be in favor of adding there's gonna be
Yes.
some type of an addendum on there. I don't know quite how to word it, but, Soraya is a 12-month employee.
Yeah. Soraya with the 12-month contract.
So we need to put some wording in there that it's still her current position plus the principal.
Okay.
So
So I will,
help us out with that.
And she would still retain some of her duties that she,
Yeah.
and that's the reason for staying on a 12-month contract.
So can you help, even though you're not, making the motion, help us out with the wording if you would.
Yeah, I mean, I
We're gonna
just,
retain her.
she'll be leading South Point as the lead principal and then remain on a 12-month contract to still fulfill some of her current director and teaching and learning duties.
took the words right out of my
Yeah.
mouth.
So did you catch all that, Nancy? Okay.
Nicely done.
And with that being said, we'll sit down, somebody with the negotiations group, we'll sit down with each one of those individuals. As one is part of a group and one is a single contract. So we need to, negotiations group needs to talk with the rep that, well, certainly Chad himself, but he has a rep that, I think it's Brian, if I remember right, but certainly have that conversation to see if Brian wants us to talk with him or the group or Chad or what have you. And then the same thing, is everybody okay? Before we vote on this, everybody okay with somebody from the negotiations group taking that charge?
Yes.
All right, any other discussions on it? Okay. With that being said, with all that, Nancy, will you repeat it and then we'll vote on it?
Oh, I not moved to assign this position that we have about them. That Grassel, what we believe that's what United Sugar will be lead principal at South Point. We need to have a 12-month contract.
With
Where-
additional duties as assigned.
With additional duties as assigned. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All those in favor signify by stating aye.
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 Anybody opposed? Motion carries. Okay, 10.0 is, excuse me, 9.0, board member comments. Let's start with Eric, got anything?
Well, yeah, just kind of want to second we had a lot of nice donations. The Boosters Club, I know, stepped up a lot. They do have their golf tournament coming up on July 20th, so I'm sure they'd appreciate whoever wants to golf or any donations, so. That's all I have.
Josh?
Oh, yeah, I know that. I'd just like to thank Beth for taking that group of kids to out east. I know that there are a lot of kids probably had a lot of fun and some interesting things that went on there. Really eye-opening for a lot of individuals. So thank you for doing that and being a part of that.
I have nothing tonight.
I surprisingly actually have nothing.
I don't have anything that hasn't been said.
It would, well, certainly thank you to the boosters. Thank you to Beth. My kids have been on that. It's awesome. One decided not to go this year and most likely he'll hopefully catch up, but if people have the opportunity to do that, it's awesome. And it's even funner when you're the chaperone. So every year they do it, that's awesome. They do a trip to Washington / New York.
Oh,
I went during the COVID year, so that's gonna make it happen. So we couldn't go to New York, but it's still fun. So I'd encourage everybody to do it. if you can't play in the boosters tournament, they do a lot of good things to help support all activities, not just athletic activities in the district. Try to swing by the booster boards out there. Usually, we can have Eric try to send an email, but the booster board is typically out there cooking and slaving for the grills. So it's always nice to swing by and thank them. Or if nothing else, there's usually a couple booster members and or teachers or past teachers that are just not golfing and running around on a cart that you can drive around. Thank others for. And also, Mike's just about done. Certainly want to thank Mike for his time to the district. Wish you and your family good luck as you move on to other opportunities. But we've got a lot of things done in the past 7 years that I've been on the board. I know you've been here a little bit longer than that, but we've made some great strides and we continue to grow. So you're a big part of that. So appreciate it and thank you very much.
Thank you and best of luck to everybody. I've enjoyed it very much. So thank you.
So it's your comment time and that was your
Yeah,
comment.
just Eric took my stuff. The booster, that booster club tournament's a lot of fun. I wish I could go this year, but I won't be able to. But I just want to thank the families, the students, the staff, the board, community for everything. It's been 7 enjoyable years. There's been some ups and downs. I mean, the COVID experience wasn't really good for anybody. However, I think it made us all stronger and there are some really good things going on here with really good people. And hopefully there'll be continued support and there are challenges, but you know what? You're all smart people and we'll do great work. So thank you for everything and best of luck.
All right, with that being said, 10.0 is our next meeting is July 10th at 5:30. We'll call a special meeting if need be between then. I don't foresee anything right now, but we'll see what happens. Otherwise, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I'll second.
Anybody want to talk about it? All right,
No.
all in favor of adjourning, signify by stating aye.
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 Opposed, motion carries. Meeting's adjourned, everybody. Thanks, everybody, and thanks for the